everybody, it's me, Trader Max, here from Shogun, and this is the Shogun GunSho on Tuesday, the 4th of February. Holy fuck, where's the month going already? It's already the 4th day, but we're here on our show today. The Shill, Chill, and Alpha. I got everything going all over the place. It's a slow running start. We're going to get right at it. We're going to have people coming in. We're going to get them set up and get everybody on board. Now, if this is the first time that you're here, I appreciate you being here. You're probably watching over on our X, or maybe one of the other panelists X over on Merv is here today. And we're going to be coming down the list here and go through our panelists and talk to each one of them as much as we can as we come out and do an introduction. We are doing a Shill, Chill, and if I had all my stuff up, there you go. A Shill, Chill, and Alpha. And how that works is simple. We're going to come out. We're going to shill a little bit. Each coin's going to have a chance to come out. We're going to do a chill portion. You've probably seen it up there a few seconds ago, where we're going to be talking about how does a coin create utility. And then the final part is the Alpha series of the show, where we're going to come out and talk about things for each one of these coins and us on anything that's coming out within the next 2 weeks. That's a tough one. We're not selling sizzle here. We're selling front-running time for people to come to your chart and be able to buy into your network. All right, let's begin with some introductions. We got Crypto Quentin. What's up, my man?
Hello. Wonderful Tuesday afternoon now. I nearly said morning.
Yeah. It is a wonderful day already. We have lots of great stuff happening. Today's show is a little bit slow starting because we got a lot of things happening. So we're sort of building up that presence here as we get people in things. So everything's better than, actually, we're probably doing better right now than we normally would on a space show. So it's all good. But this stuff isn't easy, right? Technology is a tough thing. So we're going to bring on another. We have Rumi from Merv the Cat. How you doing, bud?
G meow, everybody. I'm good.
I love it. Everything's yeah. You always catch me with that stuff. G meow.
You ready for the meowfa?
Yes, I am ready for the meowfa.
Perfect. I love that.
I am a Mervert as well, so it's all good. That's not mine. That's theirs. I didn't steal that, but
we've converted you. We've converted you.
Yeah. You've converted me. Yeah. I'm trying to find other ways to put the puns in. My son and I, or Quentin and I, are very, very powerful on the puns. We pay punitive damages all the time. All right. We also have Skylar from Tired Dads. How you doing today, buddy? Don't say tired.
He might be getting stuff set up, but
he might still be getting stuff set up, but we're going to get started. We also have some shillers down below. You know what? We normally show in this system. If you there he is. How you doing, Skylar?
I'm doing good. I guess my live is just a black screen right now, so I'm trying to get my live figured out here on the Tired Dad page.
Oh, yeah, when you are on here, it has you set up.
Yeah, I don't see your live system up in the top. So we just got to get that sorted. If you do stream to audience, you're not doing presentation. You're doing stream to your audience through Twitter.
Right. So I did the stream to audience. I have the Twitter set up, and then it just displays a black screen on their side.
On their side. Well,
so I'm gonna redo share to audience and see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens there, because I don't see it up in here. In our network when we do it. Sorry, everybody. We're still getting started. Running a little bit late here, as everybody knows. This stuff is never scripted. So if it was as best as we could script it in a way. But let's see. We're still waiting on some more people to come up. Let me do some introductions here. We're going to pop them up. We have a few people here.
How did that work?
Black Alien from Rizatine. How you doing? Oh, yeah, I see you up there now. There it is. Good.
Cool.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for having me.
Rizantine, how you doing, my man? It's good to have you here. You're going to be a shiller on the show. You'll be first up in the shill portion, and I'm going to bring up some others and do some introductions here. We got Toss the Turtle. How you doing, my man?
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, you're going to be second up as we come back in the shill portion. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
We got Bodie. How you doing, my man?
Good. How are you guys doing? Thanks for having K-Whip here today.
Oh yeah. I can't wait. I see a lot of good stuff coming from you guys, and want to get in there and get to talking about what you're doing. And you all can share your screens. If not, then I will share your screen for you for your projects. We're going to be getting started here in just a few seconds as we bring up our first ones, and I'll let everybody know when it's time to come. But I'm going to drop you back down for now. Did we lose? No, everybody's still here, right? Okay. Well, in today's show, we're going to be talking about the utility side of things, and how can coins create utility in order? And if you do have a utility, during your shill today too, see if you can talk about that a little bit. Maybe what your utility is. Since we don't have as many shillers as that we normally would have, we usually have about 5 and 3 panelists. We might have some extra time today, so I'm going to try to give everybody about 3 to 4 minutes, and I might interject and ask questions. Remember, make it positive, make it fun. If you are a CTO, I don't think there's any major CTOs here today, but even if it was, try to stay on the positive from the time of CTO. We all know CTOs are bad and what happened and everything else. But if you're doing a better job than what they were doing, then that's why you're here, to let everybody know. I'm not worried about small market caps. We don't do any FUD on the show ourselves. I don't worry about anything that's happened. I can explain and work with just about anything that's out there. I am a chart analyst, so let's get in there and have some fun today, right? If you're watching, we're going to be periodically giving you live stream updates on who's watching and how many people. You'll be able to see it in my shared screen when we launch it. We'll throw our first numbers up right about 15 minutes after the hour, and we have a little competition with it with our other streamers that are here. If you are a shiller and you want to stream, you can also do so by going up to the top right if you're on your computer, or the lower left and hit more and stream to your audience. If you do that, you'll be able to end up staying here through the entire show and be like a little sub mini panelist in the process as well. All right, let's begin. I think we said the first person that we were going to bring up was the Resentine, right?
Here I am.
I did hit all the introduction.
Yes, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, we can.
Let me share my screen. I'll get everything up on my side. Sorry, we're battling a lot of stuff all at once today. Let me bring that there, share, and let's hit the website. Here we go. Good looking website. All right. Oh. Go ahead, buddy. It's all you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for having me. Basically, talking about Reason Time, we'd like to first explain how it all began. We had a great coin back in December of last year, who was pretty known index screener called Rizier. And basically, out of that success, we made a group called the Riz Bros, which is actually the actual brand we are launching Rizentine under. And so the plan is to launch several seasonal coins throughout the year. Rizentine is basically our first launch of the year, which is basically for Valentine's Day. But we always want to put the Riz in it, so that's why it's called Rizentine. And I'm not gonna lie, we were all surprised with the launch. We did a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and pre-launch we gathered up like a community of 400 people before the launch.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, we're super happy with the project. We from 30K, which was the main floor for the public. In 24 hours, we went to our ATH, which is $2.2 million, which, to be honest, for us, it was crazy because it was our first launch this year. And it went over our previous project, which was Rizier. So yeah, this is our first one. We're planning to do even more. We still have a lot of days with Rizentine. I don't know if you are able to see the logo and the banner. The idea behind it was to actually more or less copy the Trump trend that was going on right after the Trump release, because basically there were like 20 coins who had like a huge market cap only by having that banner and the logo. So I wanted to do the same thing with Rizentine, and I think it played out very well in our favor. And yeah, I mean, we're very, very, very happy with the results, with the community, which is growing every day. And we're excited for all the future plans right now. I'm not going to lie, we are currently trying to recover from that huge market crash that we had a few days ago and still happening. but we still have a lot of plans for Rising Time before Valentine's Day.
Nice. There was a big giant super crash. Is that what you're saying? I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah, well, no, with the no worries,
I
with the
know.
Solana.
Right, yeah. No, I know. One of the things that we talk about here, and which I really do appreciate you being here, and I love the mentality of this, especially right before Valentine's Day. Big, huge network in there, a great opportunity to have fun with it. One of the things that we talk about in this industry is, if no matter which way the river is turning, left or right or what have you, we're always ready because we know how to swim. But what happens when the river starts to run dry a little bit, right? Well, you know how to walk, stand up and start running, but always keep working, always keep building, always keep progressing. So I see that. If I'm going to share my screen again with you guys in that process. You can kind of see, you can tell a coin when it's not so much what happens to us, but what happens to us and then what we do from it. And when coins suffer and there's issues and there's problems, those that can kind of create a working channel. And that's what this is. This lower band of 170 up to right around 300 is a working band. And this is really good, especially if you're within the community and you want to take part in it. If I'm putting it in our portfolio, which I probably will be, I'll be looking at investing and then sticking with that and then creating different levels of movement for myself. And again, as any good investor out there you look at for these kind of things, it's just not about and if you're part of the community, you're in it, then there you go. But it's a great looking chart. It's really comfortable as a trader side as well as an investor side.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. I mean, we're very happy because as mentioned, we gathered up like 400 people on our pre-launch Telegram, and I mean, all of them won because from 30K, which was the floor they got in 24 hours, we went to 2.2 million. So basically, even the people who bought at 1.1 million were able to had the chance to even double it.
Make some money.
So
make some money.
Yeah. After that, of course, I mean, we had some challenges because we started to get some whales. Then Solana crashed, and right now we're getting back on track though. So we're very happy with the results.
Absolutely. Well, we like having you here. You seem to be a pretty prolific speaker and being here on the show. I appreciate you being here today. We're going to be reaching out a little bit more to God. There's so many things happening. I have 3 screens and they're all firing off at me at the same time. But I want to be able to sit and talk to you more about your product and what you guys are doing. And will you stick around with us for a little bit?
Sure. Thank you very much. I'll be here.
Great. No worries. Well, that's how it's done. Come up, give a nice little shill about what you're doing. I really do appreciate it. In the world of this system that we're using right now, it's StreamYards. There is an opportunity for most of you that have the streams themselves. If you're on that stream, if you're inside their Telegram or inside their Twitter network, please throw out the emojis, start back up your people in there, right? If you are watching and shilling, get your shillers over to over at Shogun, which is in the description. It should have been in the email that you got sent if you're a shiller here. Send them over to us. If you want to chill yours in, if you want to put yours in up to the top right, you can actually put your stream in for your Twitter if you have access to your direct Twitter, or if you have a personal and has some people in it, you're more than welcome to do that as well. We get up to 6 extra fees in that system, which including our 4 or 5, there's over 10 fees that we're out. We do get a lot of people in. We're light on the numbers today, but that's okay because it's Tuesday and there's a lot of stuff that's happening in everybody's life, especially what's going on in the market. So I know as there's a few of you down there, I'm going to bring up somebody else in a moment. Just trying to get their information here. Let's bring up next is Toss the Turtle.
Hello,
hey,
everyone.
how you doing, man? How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Doing really well.
Nice.
You ready to show?
Yeah.
Cool. Let me get the turtle up here. Okay. All right. Ready when you are.
Yeah, we are cooking a new website at the moment because we want one that's more based and focused on the charity.
Mm-hmm.
This was just made from a team member for free. Right now, I'm getting one that I'm paying for, so it will be more professional.
Cool. You want to tell us about what it is?
Yeah, we are a charity coin saving sea turtles. Awesome.
Love it.
We are adopting sea turtles when we reach every 250k market cap at this place, Sea Turtle Conservancy. We are adopting as a group named TOS, and we are also developing NFT game where you can buy NFTs and you can attach them to your Solana wallet. And when you then go to the Web3 Telegram game, you get special benefits from holding NFTs. And 40% of all the sales from NFTs goes to ocean cleanups.
Oh, wow.
So
that's a pretty good utility to have.
Yeah, basically we are game development and charity.
And so you have game devs in community that are helping with that process?
Yeah, I have a mate from Denmark in real life, mate, who's been developing NFTs and games for like 4 years now.
Oh, wow.
He worked on several projects and he joined me on this mission to save turtles for free. So.
And where are the turtles being saved at? And anywhere in the world, or is it a particular
location?
Yeah,
it's different. Right now, I have adoption papers on a turtle named Bria, and you can follow her around on a GPS tracker. So you can log in every day and see where she's swimming and how far she has swimmed, and yeah, it's really cool. And I also found out that the conserved turtles, where we are adopting turtles, actually are accepting crypto donations. So you should
really?
check that. You should check that out. You can write it off your tax.
That's amazing. And is there a link on your site for that one, or is it?
Oh, it's gonna be on the new site.
New site. Okay. Cool. All right.
We are expecting a new website and a new white paper this week.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to know? You feel?
Yeah, just avoid all these fucking rocks, man. Join a solid community working hard.
Yeah.
Don't worry about these 5-minute pumps because that's where you lose your money.
Yeah, long term is the way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of systems out there. Everybody has a viewpoint on, does utility work? Does it not? Does it, the charity side work? Does it not? Everybody has their viewpoint. There's so many different people's mentality out there. There's enough to go around for everybody. For the pump and dumpers, they can all play with all those for as much as they can. So, but I like a good charity coin that comes out that's trying to help people and do a lot of stuff. And the fact that they accept donations in coin as well, which is awesome.
Yeah, I sent them an email and filled out an application, a partnership to get listed as an accepted crypto token. So.
Oh, cool. Because you can actually, all right, that's cool. I like that because you can.
So maybe in the future you can donate your TOS tokens directly to them.
Oh, that sounds cool. I dig it. Well, thanks a lot for being here today. I do appreciate it. I hope to see you again soon. And when you get the new website, make sure you pop back in and so we can have a look and let everybody know what's going on. And anytime you got anything going on, any charity events, please reach out to us so we can get you some exposure for it.
Yeah, I will send a DM to YOLO.
You got it. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Saving the turtles and my, that way I can just have a metal straw. I do my part. I drink out of a metal straw or none at all, kind of thing. I never understood how that equated, but I guess, turtles like to eat straws. Who knows? At this point, in the show portion, it's supposed to be just nice and laid back, super easy. We have a few people on tonight. I know Rummy is here from Merv the Cat. How you doing, my man?
I'm good. Here, I'll dox myself.
Again, see again, it's the hair.
The hair, I know. She didn't even mess it up this time. It's just
always this mess.
There's a storm outside. It's kind of like I'm locked in the house. So the wind, I was outside for a minute. I think the wind blew it around a bit.
Static electricity, something happened.
Something was going on.
Yeah. I got you, man. It's all good. It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
You're a regular around here, which we really do appreciate it. So you kind of jumped in to be part of, because we had a couple of panelists that kind of had to pull. We got a new panelist with Skylar here as well. He's first time, but he's also with Tired Dad. Cutting his teeth on being a panelist and shilling out there, which I appreciate. We're doing some filler in time right now. Right about now, if you're watching the show, you're watching the Shogun Gun Show here in your favorite stream. And we have a few streams on. We only have 4 going on today. We got Tired Dad, Mervo and Soul, and ours. We are sort of taking the lead. We have about 380. I was trying to get to 400 before I put it out there. We have about 387 people watching. I'm going to get the screen up here in a second. Let me get it over here and show you what it looks like. There it is. Trader Max is sitting with his shoe over on YouTube. Thanks a lot, Amy. And I think Clark's over there, possibly. Who knows? Shogun Crypto's hitting with 295. Tired Dad 67. Merv and Solo 16. And Mr. Trader Max with 7. And that's how it goes with our little update there. We have most of you. Thank you so much for being here and putting out your streams. We don't have as many as we normally have. I'm pretty sure we're not going to be hitting a lot of all-time highs today, but that's okay because any exposure is good. That's 300 consecutive or concurrent individuals. That's not just views. These are people that are actually watching the show right now, because sometimes it'll go up, sometimes it'll go down. All right. Well, Rummy, how's Merv the Cat doing? Why don't you fill us in what's going on and throw your shill in the hat here?
Yeah, well, I think I mentioned before, we've been we got a little of the bit of the wind taken out of our sails when the fires happened in LA, and we've regrouped and put things back together. We built a new website, and basically we're using our NFT sales and created a donation wallet for people. Oh, there's a new website. So it's mervthecat.io. It's a little bit more straightforward, and all the TikTok videos get uploaded straight onto the website, as well as you can buy the NFTs off the website. And yeah, nice. It's simpler, but it's a little bit more user friendly for people to kind of find what they need on it. So there's like a how to buy video. You can buy the NFTs off the website. The link to the donation wallet's there. There's a meme generator if you want to make memes on there. We're still polishing it up, but yeah, there you go. Okay.
Sorry. So I couldn't help it. Got to get the blunt.
You have to do it, but now you have to post it if you make a good one.
He's there. That's not a good one.
He's a smoking cat.
Smoking cat. Blunt cat. Let's go. Merv the blunt.
Smoking catfish. Oh, maybe that's a new thing.
No, don't say that. Smoking chicken fish. We don't want to go there. Smoking butt chicken fish. I don't know.
Basically, yeah, we're just building our community, and what we've been doing in the background. The owner of Merv is on board with us. His name is Chad. And I've been talking with Chad, and we've been collaborating on posting more content to onboard normies in retail. We haven't really done that to the full extent, but now that Trump launched a meme coin and kind of said, hey, like, this is what people are doing now, Chad feels a lot more comfortable promoting the token. He did make one video early on that was really great. It actually was what kind of set us off. But a lot of his following are retail, and everyone was still very skeptical on crypto, and they're like, oh, I don't know, are they going to pull the rug and all this stuff? And it's like, no, This is the goal of Merv, is to build organically, is to bring on people that love Merv and want to be a part of the Mervment that we're creating, right? We're not manipulating anything. And we're not, dumping on our followers. People. It's a free market. People are buying and selling at their own will. And of course, I'm scooping up supply to protect the chart. And outside of that, we're just trying to grow organically. But we're going to be doing a big push, especially because we just did an interview on a prominent news channel that will. It might be a couple weeks before they release it, but when that goes live, that's going to be pretty viral. It's national. They get over a couple 100 million views on their channel on a regular basis. So, that's the Mealpha for you on Merv right now. But yeah, you notice
giggly.
when Soul had its little flash crash. But I wouldn't even, this is, let's talk some shop here. People panicking because Bitcoin went below 100 is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
We were at 50 or 60 back in June, and people were panicking when it went down 5K. Like we're at 100. Have you ever seen Bitcoin at 100 in the last
I don't even know what
years?
Bitcoin is.
Exactly. And Solana, I mean, that little crash was nothing. We went through it like a month before. Like, who cares? Like, buy the dip.
Yeah, exactly.
Geopolitical tariffs and all these things, that's just noise to scare you out. The whales shake you out, and then they leverage positions, get liquidated, and then they buy it right back up. So just be
analysis paralysis, man. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just everybody tries to front run something, right? Just deal with it, deal with your market, deal with your value, work your portfolio, get your percentages, cut your losses. It's just in and out. That's all. It's just work. It's breathe. In, out, blink, blink, blink. That's all you got to do. Fuck all this speculation and where everything is going. I mean, this could be a great conversation, right? But this is your shill, so I don't want to come in and talk too much shop. We can talk more in the utility side of it as well from that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, thanks for filling in, being here today, and kind of jumping on board. There's a lot of stuff we're going to talk in alpha as well with you as well, with all this stuff that I've just seen on the website. So I want to make sure that we can kind of maybe even look at the video in alpha. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Not a problem. I want to get through some, Mr. Quinton. I see Riz down below. Who's he representing?
Pretty sure he's here for Hedge.
Hedge. Okay. I don't see them on the.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure stuff out. I'm talking with the team right now.
Okay, no worries. Hitting it on the flow. We're hitting it on the drive here. Well, while we are here, let's jump down and bring up. Let's bring up another person. We're going to bring up Badife. And there we go. For Queef. How you doing, man? It's good to have you here today. I can't hear you. You gotta. There you go.
There we go. Sorry. Thanks for having me today.
Hey, not a problem. My pleasure.
Yeah. Good, beautiful day outside.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's always good when the sun's shining. Well, I don't know in your neck of the woods, but for mine, it's definitely shining. I think at least that's what the wife tells me when she walks by.
That's a beautiful day here in Tennessee. So,
oh, cool. So tell us about what this coin is. And
a little bit of KWIF here. Hey, do you need me to share anything, or do you have? There's our website.
Oh, wrong person there. I got to get the right person in front of it. There you go.
Hey, you're good.
It is a cat coin. So cat, you're gonna be on a cat collective. That'd be pretty cool.
It's yeah. We're pushing the cats today.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. KWIF, hit me up.
Yeah,
hit me up. About
this might be the. This is the old website. I think we just updated Dex not too long ago to show the right website. It's let me look here real quick. I can give it to you. It's kwif.io. So same as kind of there before, but
everybody's going .io. I love it. Oh,
they are.
I put an extra I in there. Now you got to buy that website.
Pull up there for you.
There it is.
There we go. Yeah. So little background on the coin. I mean, so we're really considering this coin kind of a piece of history or a little relic of the crypto industry. So KWIF was the first animal meme coin that was created on Pump Fund. And I think one of our biggest selling points that we're looking at here for onboarding community members is that it was the first meme coin that was created by Alon back when he was creating Pump Fund. So I think those were
creator of Pump Fund. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are some of the big major points. It's the first one he ever made. And then it was really unique at the time. I was one of the community members back in October. There's about 4 other community members that are heavily engaged with running this now, but we were part of a group. Coin was kind of hidden in Pump Fund, unless you had a direct CA or a direct link to it. A couple big guys stumbled upon the coin. So our all-time high back in October, we ran up to right below 12 million. The problem with running up that quick was we had formed zero community. So us as community members, we were trying to pull people in, and things just moved so quickly that we fell back and hit that level that we were at sitting there now. We kind of the 4 members I was talking about, we grinded, we chatted with each other. We built a relationship between us. And when the news back in January about Elon came forward, we had to pump up to about 4 million. At that point,
Yes.
the members that were community members before, we decided to go ahead and take hold of and try to steward this coin. So we created a new X. We're currently still working to get some of the controls to the deck so that we can get things updated properly. But we're really moving forward with trying to just bring visibility to this coin and onboard the community organically. I think the struggle with us is, 12 million is a pretty good all-time high, but with no community, it's not going to last. And so now we're starting to get followers on X. We're making posts. We're staying active with that X channel. The TG in the background, we're rating. We're pulling people in. The community's forming really nicely now. And we're actually, some of us that stuck around since last October, in 24, it's really a breath of fresh air for us to see this community growing. So
this is awesome. I mean, it has some nostalgic realm to it. I mean, it's been around for this meta's been here for a pretty long time, Cat, with that. So I love it. I love the fact that you're acknowledging the fact that you can get pumped up, right? Like stuff can happen. You can get up to those all-time highs. But without the structure, the foundation, the communication, the project management, if you will, all those things, if they're not there, the coin's destined to find its base again, right? I won't say the bottom, I won't say failure. I'm just going to tell you the base, right? And this is when I first started Shogun and this network of Shogun, it was Shogun was there to do a job. Did I want the coin to run to 50, 20 million? Yes. But again, that would have put it into completely different superstructure for us. Like for you to vibrate at that level that's insane, right? You got to have so much money going through it. It takes money. Green candles begot green candles. You hear it all the time, right? So the concept here for you guys as you're doing this is that foundation now is that slow crawl. Be wary of the parabolic run, right? The big deviational candles, because those guys are just into farming it, right? So
absolutely.
So we've had a few things like that, but I'm glad that you're here today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us. And like I said, it's a lot of fun for us because we were the group that's pretty much CTO and leading it now. We were just a group of community members that were very convicted, and we stuck around through the rough times, and we're working really hard to rebuild this now back to where we think it deserves to be. So.
Well, it deserves to be multi-millions, right? So that's always a good thing. But where your foundation will start to emulate what your community is you'll slowly see it creep up. You'll get more holders on, you get more activity, you get more value. And I think there is room for us to all, because there's in our Shill's portion to talk about utility and what that means for you guys. Every coin should have some sort of foundational utility somewhere, even if it's just to laugh. Right. That's a utility in a way as well. Right. So, like shitty fart coins and chickens with butts and smoking butts. I don't know. It is what it is. Everybody has their own taste. I never discount any one mentality of a coin's why they exist. But we'll be talking about that today. And I would love to hear the version of what Cat with Hat is doing here. For that.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right. Well, as they go, a very good show. Loving the website, nice and simple, like you said. So thanks for being here. We're going to drop you back down, but still stick around if you can. Oh, there he is again, Skylar. I'm always putting the wrong person up front there. So we do have a couple people who came in last second. I want to make sure we acknowledge them and bring them up here soon. I see JP. Is that JP down there? And where's he from?
JP's from Pedro.
Oh, he is. Get his ass up here. Oh, I just put it back down. I started going bang, ping pong. JP.
How's it going, guys?
Hi, man. How are you doing? It's good to see you.
Good
are
to
you
see
driving?
too. Yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, my bad.
You're going to get a lot of people upset with you.
Yeah, especially no camera, guys.
Oh yeah, you're not driving no more. That's cool. I like that. You're sitting by a fireplace. Yeah, you're by a fireplace now. I don't know if you're able to add your stream and do all that kind of stuff. We appreciate you being here. I think what we'll do is just have you come out and chill. Don't worry about all the responsibilities of a panelist. So usually like you here during the entire part. So you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool. So I'll bring you up here in just a second because I think Riz was here first. We'll get the hedge in there in just a second. And the coins that we have coming in and out and all these relationships, what this show really represents is an opportunity to create relationship. And so I want you all to know that this show is 90% all just about being chill, being happy, shilling your products, talking about the industry, and sharing some of the wealth out there. So if you are here, please, inside the comments, start sharing, start throwing up the emojis. If you're in your perspective, come on, there's quite a bit. You're watching the Shogun Gun Show. We're sitting right around, again, I'm always just right under the numbers, 600, about 600 people, 588. We have a couple streams firing off right now. I'm going to kind of throw this right there, put that there, and put this here. You'll see it's Shogun Crypto's in number 426, Tire Dad's at 116, Murder One Sold 29, and Mr. Trader Max at 14. And so we're getting a lot of good feedback too from the system, which is awesome. But it isn't always about all-time highs. And I think that's something that most of you have to realize, that these shows are all about just getting the information out to people and, getting relationship built for all of you. So if you're here and you're watching, make sure that you share the love, get out there, share the account out to as many people as possible, and get those chat rooms running with some emojis and, shout outs to your favorite coins as they're up shilling. Cool. All right. So up next, let's bring up Hedge, because I think, did we get to everybody else down below except for JP? We'll come back to you in here in just a second. I'll add in Riz from Hedge. How you doing?
What's going on, man? Happy to be on the show.
Yeah, thanks for stepping in, Riv. You've kind of filling a hole for us, which we really appreciate.
No problem. No problem.
So let me pull up your stuff here and get you over to the big screen.
You see I got it set up on there?
What's that?
You see I got it set up on there?
You got it set up where?
On there, on the sheet.
Yeah, I already got it.
Nice.
Okay, get him up here, bada bang, and there you go, buddy.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, Hedge has been around for quite some time now, launched back in the beginning of April, and we've been still chugging along, got a pretty strong community. The website you're looking at, it's kind of being overhauled to a degree. Been working with some branding folks who kind of said that we had a lot of mixed messaging. We were going with this idea of like Hedge being like this, that join the hedge fund was one of our taglines, and we had various other ones. So we're kind of just streamlining that a little bit, trying to make it a little bit more refreshed. The characters have all gone through evolutions, right? They're the original Dev is a graphic designer, but he's not a cartoonist, right? So he put this together, but we've had a lot of content elevation, right, over the course of Hedge. So all the characters have a refresh. We launched an NFT set back in, I want to say October, September timeframe. It was like highly successful for us. So, the character branding is kind of stemming from there. A lot of this stuff will change in the future. But our NFT set's been, it's been relatively successful for us. I think we have like over 1.3 thousand SOL all-time trading volume. We minted them about $100 at the SOL value at the time, and the floor has raised to about $250. I think we saw it up to $400 during the rise in the market back in November.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were going to say something?
No. I was just congratulating you on the sell, because I remember the sellout happened and then it dropped a little bit and then it's coming back up again.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that might, happen. I mean, we're primarily a token project. We did get a little bit of pushback from the community saying, well, we're not an NFT project, we're a token project. But, the NFT royalties, we set it up in a way where it's split between us and the NFT holders. They're converted to Hedge and they earn monthly rewards in Hedge. And it also gives a little bit back to the project. I think funding is always a challenge for projects, and NFTs kind of since tax is kind of frowned upon in token projects, right? Like it at least gives you some type of funding, and it's not a whole ton of money, but it does cover some recurring costs for us, like market making, right? Which is something that if you're launching a token project for the first time, you're not really understanding the fact that you're going to have to pay market makers on these exchanges in perpetuity, right? You can get a long-term option deal with like higher tier market makers, but that doesn't come right away. That comes over time and stuff like that. So there's costs associated with these things, and it's an opportunity to, do that. And everyone in our community, for the most part, they throw their Hedge and PFP on, and it kind of just continues to solidify that branding within the community. I mean, during November when we were pumping up pretty hard, we had a lot of NFT sales because people were, hey, where did you guys get those profile pictures? How do I get one? Well, here's the link, right? And it definitely spurred a little bit of a run. So
Yeah.
just happy to see where this goes. But the token project is definitely the primary focus of Hedge.
Yeah, this is one of those when I met you guys a little while ago, I think at the end of last year. I just love the professional side of everything you guys built. I love the release of how much when you would release the storyline, that little read to a level and then wait for the next chapter to start. Once you get to, I'm really excited about the 100 million one. That's like, everybody's like, when is that story coming? And I was like, this is something that I really do appreciate, is that authentic availability of waiting for the next chapter. And it all depends on, us and the network and what you're building. So I dig that.
Yeah, and I think we're talking about doing a little bit more in between stuff because obviously, like tokens go through a cycle of going up and down, right? You're not just going to skyrocket to 100 million, and our goal is to unlock the whole story, of course. But making sure we're keeping our community engaged, and okay, well, there's a little bit of time delay, but what happened between those chapters and stuff like that, and maybe we can release stuff like that in the near term now that we've gotten bigger. Our core team's like 4 people, but we got like 15 to 20 people who work basically all day on this project, right? And a lot of like the responsibilities have shifted to other people. We have people who run Reddit, we have people who run TikTok, we have people who run Instagram, we have people who run X, right? So now it's like created a lot of like time for the team to kind of figure out what we're going to do strategically and stuff like that. So, we're thinking about what do we do to fill those gaps, right? 100 million, hopefully that'll come within the next couple of months. Who knows, right? Now that Trump's kind of rolled off all this, like sucking up the liquidity from crypto and signing executive orders, maybe that are, hampering the markets and stuff like that. But what do we do in the near term to keep people engaged? So that's something that we're looking into.
Well, I think the openness of this as well, there's a lot of onboarding companies coming on. There's a lot of offboarding. There's, so many people in like cross chaining, like you can use your credit card, you use your Diners Club, fuck it, use your old Blockbuster video card for all as I care. As long as it gets like a good flow of in and out of crypto, right? I'm tired of this. Like, yes, I don't want to, I'm also scared of that too, because what's going to happen is like once it becomes so readily available to the normie section, it's going to be monitored, it's going to be centralized, it's going to be devaluated. And I feel like there's a big, huge process with that. But we'll always find a way to make that utility happen for us and still make money and still do things. I don't need to be completely anon and everything because I'm doxxed and there's a lot of people here who are doxxed. But I'm more of the utility of just making it easy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I have coworkers who know that I'm a part of Hedge, right? I've been, I'm not doxxed like publicly, but I've doxed for exchanges or partnerships and stuff like that in the past. I don't really have a problem with it, but my coworkers, especially the older ones, are like, hey, I'd love to buy it, but it's not on Coinbase, so I can't even figure out how to use a Phantom wallet, and it's like, well, there's ways coming, right? I think Moonshot's great, but I think unfortunately, like the requirements for getting verified are a little unfair, I think, and hopefully they'll ease those because we had like 1 million trading volume for 3 weeks straight, and we like rated them like crazy, and we like spammed their what's it called, their form, like everybody in our community, everyone that was new, and we still couldn't get their attention, and it's like, you guys are trying to bring this to the masses, and it's it's unfortunate that we can't get, we hit the requirements and we can't get on your platform. So hopefully more platforms start to do that as well too.
Yeah, most definitely. And then there's, again, with volume and the requirements for it all. I mean, these are big conversations we can have in other segments of the show. But there's just a tremendous amount of these companies now, these DEXs and SEXs and all the exchanges that are out there. They're starting to not validate the volume, the hidden volume, the bullshit volume that's out there with a lot of companies. And we started to notice that trend is like, they call it organic traffic now for real. Like, it's like, the holders have to be real. They have to hold a certain amount, the amount that the volume comes over has to be tradable, has to be showing on the chart. It has to be, even if it's just from one single one, but all these ones that have like these, what we call memory wallets, they're not real wallets, so there's like, you got to play by these rules, and for the DEXs to take you in validation to be able to do that and get this information out. So I think Hedge has such a high professional look to it and a good feel for it. I always love it that a coin like you guys are over with us and taking some time out of your day, Riz. I appreciate you helping me fill a slot today as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And apologies to Shane. I know I'm not the best at responding, so
Hey,
just
no
bears
worries.
with me.
Listen, Shane's a workaholic, and he's sometimes I feel like he's going to show up to my house one day, try to shill something for me. I'm not sure, and he's over in the UK. But thanks a lot for being here today. I want you to, if you could stick around, if you got time, when we get into this other part of the chill portion of the show, I think I'm just going to open it up to everybody. We'll bring up everybody and their mother today to talk about utility and what we do and have an open conversation if you're willing to join up on that.
Absolutely. I'll stick around.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right, let's get back down to here. Down here. Well, I think that's, did we get everybody from down below? We have JP here. We got Pedro, everybody on that side of it, right? We got all the main chillers.
Yeah, all the main chillers now. All that's left is we got Skylar for Tired Dad and then JP for Pedro.
Okay, you got it, my man. I will be going last today in the feel of the shill. But as we begin into 3/4 of an hour, we're not doing too, again, with the whole, again, like it literally is like every time I look up to do a station, it's always like right, really super close. And I'm going to share this up here in the process. Boom, just like that, like 693. And then while I'm doing it, it's going to hit the 700, which you just did. Super crazy. Shogun Crypto 480, Tyler Dies with 159, Merv on Soul with 34, and poor Mr. Trader Max is just not cutting it today. 17 people. We got to get more over there. I got to start doing my own profile. I don't got time. There's so much shit that I got going on.
I know. I wanted to start doing that too, because like we had a joke a while back that I was talking to you about before the show, but I followed Bluey Bear. And they reached out to my Telegram saying, "Hey, I think someone's making me be you." Yeah, they're trying to scam people. I'm like, "No, dude, that's me."
He's like, "Yeah, it looks like they just started. They only had 4 people in there." I was like, "Yeah, you just started. That's why." But yeah, you know what? Social media is awesome. It's a great part of our society here in our ecosystems. And to make it work and make it really get out there and not seem it fake and be organic is tough because you got to be interactive. You have a lot of things going on. But you know what? It is what it is. All right. Up next, let's bring out Skylar from Tired Dad. Kind of came in. He's cut. Is this your first show that you've done?
No, on your show, yes.
Yeah, it's on the show, right? But for you on the show, this is the first time you've been with us here and in this format. What do you think of the format?
I like it. It was interesting getting set up with the live, but I'm also using my cell phone at the moment.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff happening. Brand new cell phone. Yes, right.
It's definitely different. My girlfriend works from home, so she's using our she's using her dual screens downstairs. So kind of can't use that from her. I can't take it from her, so I'm here using my cell phone trying to make it work. But we're gonna do it. So.
Well, we're a big fan of Tired Dad and the whole process of who they are and what they are. Please, feel free to start. So I'm going to try to bring up the screen here and get everything on board. This is one of those coins that I was telling Mac and Brandy that I resonate with so well. It's not even funny.
I was going to say, you were just talking a second ago and you sounded like you're a little tired.
Yes,
talking about how much stuff you got going on, man.
It is, man. It is, and I know Matt just had a brand new baby, has a baby, and is like,
yes,
they're in that world. I don't miss that part of it, right? Well, I got 2 kids here, and I don't miss the tiny baby side of it, right? But the kids, Crypto Quentin is one of them, right? So I'm very lucky that he's of age now, and he sort of helps me be untired by taking some of the works that would make you even more tired, which is good. All right, so why don't you tell us about who Tired is and what it's all about?
Alrighty, so Tired Dad. It was started obviously by a tired dad. He was tired of, he spent so much time at work. He spent so much time doing other things. He found that he was running out of time to spend with his family and his kids. And so he started investing into crypto. He had a friend that steered him in the right direction. He started putting his money obviously into pump fund. He found out that it was a brutal world out there. It's basically like a PvP match. He got tired of losing money. people were losing their hard-earned money in a matter of minutes. And so he wanted to start a community where everybody can come together and actually benefit from. And that's exactly what happened. And it has turned more than just, a group of tired dads. It's turned into a community. We have moms and sisters and cousins and everybody that you can think of from all parts of the world are now a part of this, and they all support the tired dad community. And there's lots of friendships that have been being built. And the market has been real crazy right now for everybody. We shot up a few days. Well, last week we shot up to what, 4 mil top market cap, and we taked it back down to 300, and we came back super strong. We hit our 1 million, and we've been just kind of riding the wave. And we shot up really fast, and a lot of people took profits, especially with the market, the way that market was moving. People got scared, obviously, but we've been holding on, and we've had a steady 2,000, 2,100 holders, and everybody's been holding on. Most people have been even investing more into it because they believe in this project. Yes, last night we went down quite a bit more, and every single person in our community held on. Everybody pitched in. Everybody's so confident in this project that those little dips, these are nothing. This is gonna shoot up far, and everybody here knows it. Everybody's been pushing in the time to do this, and I can see us coming out of this. And when we come out of this, we're gonna break out strong.
Yeah, the value of the chart is always it's always tough to read, right? Because you have
Right.
fundamental analysis and technical analysis. And the process that I've learned to really love about this industry is, one, you can work the shit out of a good chart with a
Right.
good community, right? When I was trading in Forex, a world revolution would have to happen for most stuff, right? For you to really make it move the way you wanted to. But I think the concept here for a lot of people that are in this world of crypto, and when you get something like Tired Dad, like we're going to talk about utility, and what the utility is for this is the community and the camaraderie that happens in there from people that are all like-minded, right? Everybody has had a dad. Everybody has somebody, I don't know if I've ever met anybody like, no, my dad was never tired. He never did anything. Dads always seem to have that way to get stuff done. But, even if you're not a dad, you can kind of still resonate with it as well. I'm pretty sure you can as well. You can kind of hear everybody wants to be a part of something. And I think that's what you got there, the Tired Dad.
Yeah, and we've actually, as of yesterday, because this project was based off, being a support, basically being a support, not just a crypto project, but a community for tired dads and people that are, dads that are struggling out there to make the time to spend time with their families. We've actually started a support group yesterday on Facebook. This hasn't been integrated onto our website yet. But the website, it looks phenomenal. We are proud to say that we've actually had the opportunity to have the Shogun team help create our website, and it looks incredible.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. You see down below, it says website made by Shogun. I should say Shogun Web Forge with a little link to it, Mr. Quinton. But I wonder who made that site, Mr. Quinton.
Yeah, it's someone
Mr.
really
Quinton.
cool.
Someone really cool, Mr. Quinton. Listen, we have the tools out there, and how much did the website cost you? In having it built and doing all that stuff, it didn't cost you a lot to have everything built for you. I mean, you could go in and build it yourself. It's super easy, but a lot of people, they don't have time. Tired dads are tired dads. They got to pay non-tired kids to go build a website for them, which is awesome.
He did an incredible job. The website looks great.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff more to come. You guys are building such a great value over there. I love the support group mentality. I'm going to be checking it out myself. And I want to say thank you for being here today and being a part of our little crew here, as we threw you in here last second, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
To be on the panelists. You're going to stick it out with us, right?
Yeah, for sure. I do have a couple other things that I would like to mention.
Sure.
We have some good utilities coming up. We have our
Okay,
merch store.
I want to keep that. I want to keep that into the alpha portion. Is that okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Okay,
totally
so
good. Yeah.
because it's Shill, Chill, and Alpha, and we kind of separate the whole Shill portion with the Alpha. So
Yeah, no
as
problem.
long as it's coming out, cool. All right. So listen, this stuff's fun, right? There's a lot of good stuff that's happening. There's a lot of people out there that are watching right now. We just hit another. This one I'm a little bit further away from 7. We're at 767, right around that area. We're hovering pretty good. We're doing all right. We're coming up to the top of the hour. We got another show left, 2 shows left with myself in it. We all have JP from Pedro coming out here in just a second. But we have, we're hitting the numbers. We're doing okay. We're not killing it like, the 3,623 people we had the other day, but we are definitely hitting numbers. This is good. I'm okay with this. You don't always have to be the racehorse coming out of the gate here, right? It could be just simple, nice and easy. We're sitting at 519. Tired Dad's 188. Merv on Soul 37. Everybody's, even my little tiny Trader Max over at YouTube with their 2, with that little shadow band corporation. I'm telling you, I go over with OBS and it's like bang, numbers are all over the place. I come in with this system and it's not. This is the only one that it does it with. Everything else, like TikTok and everything else does well. I don't even think did I fire TikTok off? Oh, I sure did. Everybody over on TikTok's going to hate me. Yeah, there's 32 people over on TikTok. So, so it does have a value in everything we do. All right. So up next, we're going to bring up Pedro. We're going to bring up JP from Pedro.
Hi. Hello.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing very well. Lots of stuff happening. Oh, he's not driving no more.
I know. I'm not driving anymore. I'm just standing in the sidewalk. But
don't get
what's up, guys?
How you doing?
No, we're good. We're driving responsibly. I mean, we're really strict in California, so.
Right.
Yeah. How's it going, guys?
Good. Let me get you up in the right position and get your screen share. I'll share up here. Get your website up.
Nice. Thank you. We're working on that.
Hey, everybody's always working on it. It's okay, right? There's nothing here. Listen, people see this stuff and it is what it is.
Yeah. This is a CTO, so we're taking over a previous CTO that took over this project. But yeah, it's a lot of working stuff. I think we also went through an all-time high, and then a lot of things happened. The holidays happened, and and there was no need for any of these things to get established. That's why now we're like going about it the reverse way, where we're setting up the brand and the foundation and all that stuff post our all-time high. So. Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing, though, too, right? JP is when we first start these projects, some people just don't know how well it is going to go, and then when they see the pump, and then everybody's like, "Okay, we hit the top. Now what?" And this is where like, "Oh fuck, we forgot to make this kind of website. We forgot to get this kind of brand. Oh, what do we do when this person does this?" And that happens with everything, and with a CTO, even worse, right?
Yeah.
Because you got a bunch of people who bond together to come in and help you build a name for yourself. So. What you have here, and so I can give everybody a good feeling for this. It's like you're sitting at $216,000 at market cap. That's not bad, and you're in a working channel, which is solid because working channels give people worth because there's always a low, which is the support, and the resistance, as well as the mean. As all you traders are out there watching this is a working mean system in here, which is powerful because it means that where stuff is going to go when it hits off the base and goes to the top. So. Your chart's just fine. Your site's great.
That's right. Bullish.
Absolutely. I'll be your biggest cheerleader. I'll be your biggest fan.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
No
but yeah, I heard that you said that the utility comes later, so we can talk about what we're trying to do now, I guess.
Absolutely.
In terms of Pedro. So we're doing a whole rebrand with it. It's going to be huge, but the first phase of the rebrand was collaborating with other tokens that are built on Solana, and it's mostly just the memes, the cartoons, and all that stuff. We originally had an idea to like partner up with Pino and Evan and all these other stuff, just to create the cartoons and more of like a political cartoon over the trader cartoon. So you see all the time. So that's you found our meme generator.
Sorry, I can't help it.
Um,
I'm always going to do
yeah.
it. I'm sorry if I'm distracting you. I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. But that's the first phase. That's gonna get a lot of eyes. But I think we've come to a point where we have oversaturation of meme coins, and I think it's time for good brands, good memes to collaborate, work together, and that's gonna do a few things for the meme economy. I think it's gonna cut costs of overhead and marketing and all that stuff by half, and it's also going to extend reach organically because now you're cross-pollinating in terms of marketing terms, right? And doing great things that way. So yeah, that's one part of our business model. The other part of the business model is to gamify our whole ecosystem with the tokens being the entry point to our ecosystem, and also qualifying you for weekly events, weekly challenges that you're going to be participating in and winning cash prizes on.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah. It's going to be
Yeah, well-
very interactive. I think we live in a very connected but disconnected world, and so I feel like meme coin space has brought a lot of people together and like found a sense of like culture and cult, right, mentality. And I think yeah, it all starts with the community first, from inside out, you know. So yeah,
It does. I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
So I think
cool.
the biggest thing for us is, you know, in our communities and in all communities, I think the biggest utility that we get into everything is just that is the having the availability to have the communication and find the camaraderie and the finding human connection with everything. Resonation is a big one as well. You know, how everybody gets together and all that stuff. Like there's lack of FUD. You guys have fun. And I've always liked the mentality of the puppet, but
thanks, dude.
you know, and
It's
where
classic,
it's going.
dude.
So it is.
I mean, Elon Musk has tweeted us, Joe Rogan used us during Christmas, and then I mean every month somebody's influential is using us. Like we're one of Shibatoshi, Bill MK's favorite meme, and the Doge collector also uses us a lot. So I mean, you see us often.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like it.
thanks, man.
Well, you're going to stick around. I hate to say you're going to be driving again. You might want to turn off your thing again. But
yeah. I'm not driving. Never done.
You were never driving. It's okay. It was just everybody
sitting in the car, dude. What do you mean?
Yeah, the world was revolving around you. It's just fine.
Yeah.
I think you're sticking with us in this next part for the utility, or talking about the utility in our chill portion, right?
Yeah. I'll stick around for the whole time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. So what we're going to do is coming up next is another coin that we're going to talk about here. Let me go see. Oh, it's me. The concept of Shogun has always been about our community and what that community stands for all of us. And it was a tough go in the very beginning because we were a utility, and we built this utility back in September of last year of finding, because we have our web system, right? And our primary web system is called Panther Pilot. It was a marketing firm that I created many moons ago. And I say moons because it was 5 years ago. And 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago, with the crash of the biggest crash in the market called the world. I got out of Forex. I had a world that I had to kind of shut off. I signed a non-compete to not trade anymore in the Forex world or make bots. That was my biggest thing that I could not do. So I got into marketing. I was good. I was a graphic designer. I could build stuff. I love cartooning. I was building games. I was living my best life. And we took the money that we made from selling the Forex company and opened up a marketing firm. And at the time was called Fabertech. Fabertech had this sense that I built all these bots and these systems, these social planners, and I put all this stuff into one big giant system. And I told my wife, and I regret the day ever saying this to her. I said, she goes, because you're not going to be trading anymore. So you're going to, your nerves are going to probably come down some. And I went, yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to sell. We have 100 customers right now. I'm here for good. We're going to be in this. We got this made. There's no way, because all we do is we service local businesses with their marketing plans and their marketing systems and their social networks. And we build websites. There's no way that the whole world could shut down. And I said that in November 2019. So punch me in the fucking face. Why don't you? You know, but as we got into 2020 and the world did shut down, we went from 1,100 customers in that February, and in March we had 70. And we knew we couldn't withstand it. The servers alone were very expensive to keep everything going. So we switched gears, and I closed down for about a year and a half, or about a year. I really didn't do much. This is a shill for not just Shogun, but for myself too, to tell you a little bit of mentality about where I came from in this world. As I got out of, and we sold that company, and we broke even. We didn't make a lot of money. All my other companies I sold, we made money, but in this one we didn't make much money. But when I got into the world, back into the world again after having COVID, no one was dying and having all this stuff, I said I was going to get into martial arts. I opened up Panther Kenpo in Morrisville, Pennsylvania. We've been running at the same time along with Panther Pilot. When I opened up Panther Kenpo, I opened up another system referred to as the Shogun. And the Shogun network mentality, the Panther Pilot system, is a pretty badass system. You can make websites with it. You can do a lot of great stuff with it. And this is where everything really started from. We came into this world because my younger brother, Crypto Memer 77, said, "Have you ever heard of a meme coin?" And I said, "No, and fuck you." Because I knew he was going to bring me something that he wanted me to work and figure out. And he goes, "Hey, brother, the only thing I could tell you is that if there's somebody who can come in and make something of this industry, of this market, it's you. You know, go in, make something good and make something wholesome and have fun with it. And you could build systems like nobody's business. Would you want to come in and build a system?" And that's what we did. We came in, we brought in the Panther Pilot with the Shogun WebForge, and we started to make relationships. And as I made relationships, all I kept on hearing was how bad the industry was, what was going wrong. You know, the pump fund network, the rugs and the ripoff artists and all the scammers and wallet security and everything. And I said, well, let's begin with this and see what we can do. As we got into this, the biggest one was, hey, if you don't have a coin, how in the hell can you tell us how to help our coin? And so I was sort of led into talking about building a coin, and we did. And we fired off last year in September and fired the coin off and immediately started to rise up. We started to go parabolic. We hit all-time high, like 3.9. We're doing really good. But again, just like with everything else, you're definitely going to drop back down. We're building fundamentals. We had a great foundation, and now we're sitting at our base foundation right now is about $500,000 and $600,000, which is okay, right? I'm not worried about that. There's times are coming and everything that we're doing. But as we started to build this relationship, I'm just going to go there right now. I want to show you from September, okay, because we already had the Panther Pilot system done. I want to show you the value of what this community and in my community, what we have built. And I want you to now see why I'm a tired dad, right? I am not the only person building. There are other people in here. There's 3 devs. There's another game dev. Everything's in here. We quickly, and as I run through this last little bit of it, and I'll be very brief, we already have the WebForge. We have the Anvil bot. The Anvil bot is a very simple bot. It's a market maker system. I don't say simple as in it's easy to understand, but it is a simple to run. Place process here, follow these 3 steps, make a decision on your ratio trade, and it runs forever. Now, we couldn't charge a lot of money per transaction because it never goes down. Every time you filled it up, if we charge it just every time you filled it up, we'd never make any money. So we charge a subscription fee with it in the process. But this is a market maker system. It will put trades on the chart. It will work your chart. So this is expensive, but it is also not for the light of heart. It's not for the tiny little coins of 30 or 20, market cap, unless you've got money. Put it in, make it work, and it works well. That I guarantee. We then also had a big call out for a regular system of volume where it's like a 2-to-1 bundle that goes sideways and all that kind of stuff. And so we designed and made the Shogun Tsunami bot system. And what this is a regular old volume system. Now, one thing we never did is we never added the fake wallet mentality to it, but we now have something in it because all of them use something called memory wallets that were out there because they're less expensive. This has a little bit different system in it where it uses a real wallet that you keep within your portfolio. And so it will actually give you multiple wallets, but you got to pay the rental fee for them. It's like 0.003. So if you want 10 wallets, that's great. If you want 50, you want to trade with 50 wallets, that's great. This will be coming out in the next 3 days. We're very, I'll save some of that for the alpha later on. But this is a volume bot that's unlike other volume bots because there's no upfront fee. That means that if you put in 1 SOL, we don't get charged 20%. You put your 1 SOL in and plus, and then what happens is that we charge you per transaction. So the more volume you make, the more money we make. So that's how it works. And we've made deals with Keto, Jito, and the other fee systems that are out there. Super simple, but we've given you some tools, the keys to it, the timing to it. You own every part about this. You can constantly just keep filling it and pausing it, and you get keys to your wallet, because we have a saying, with there's no keys, it's not your wallet. As we go into the next portions of this, I've got to let you know that the coin system that we have is also fired off by something else we call a launchpad. And I'll be talking about that here in a second as well in the alpha portion. So we'll be talking about the launchpad called Shogun in a minute. But we've also built a community system, which has an entire back office system of all the different things that we do. And it fires off in this position to be able to come in and have conversation. And that's the biggest thing. In that time, we've also made another big giant utility, which is the show that you're on right now. We call the GunSho. And we have this in, a lot of people validate and value this process. We've created a sponsorship, and most of you are panelists or shillers. We created this. We found a great slot to be. We get good numbers on everything else. And we've also had a little bit of fun in the time. I built this in a game jam. It took like 8 hours, and my people hate me for it because it's very addictive, and it's a little tiny little game just to have fun with. Doesn't have any connection to anything. But the big one is the Shogun, which is the big game that we're building that has a lot of value and utility for later on. We haven't jumped down the line of our NFTs yet, but we are, and that's the biggest thing. The value of the NFT world is coming back into reality, and that's, I think, what a lot of people forget. As I'm trying to stall as I bring up the thing here. Let me see if I got that right. Boom. Let me see if I can slag it over here. There you go. This will be the value of our NFTs, and you can kind of see they do have a great work. Now we have some that we're getting rid of. Very bearish on one person in here, but there will be many collections coming in. This founder is our founders collection release that'll be coming in a couple of weeks. Again, we'll talk about this in the alpha portion of the show. But why I'm shilling what I'm shilling right now and telling you about everything that we've done here is because all of this takes time and energy, and it takes communication with great teams. I could not have the show we have without our outreach team of Shane and Crypt and YOLO and all those people in there that are working. MP, Mage, everybody's out there doing such a great job, and some of you out there have people that you've reached out to. Anybody who's reached out to you, you know how hard they're working to get all that information in here. It's not as simple as just, hey, oh yeah, give me a couple of links. It is a powerful system. There's, like, you can kind of see here, there is just for this show, but we have a lot of those, and we've collected data throughout this stuff. 11,000 links to emails and people who bought things and worked with us and paid us and made stuff happen. So it's all about data as well. All right. That's my show. Hopefully I took a little extra time. I think I could, right? I don't think I'm allowed. I don't know. But I want to, in this next portion, as we come up, we'll do a quick announcement here for that we've hit 875 people. We did drop down for a few moments. We rounded back down again a little bit, but that was all right. Let me see here. Yeah, because I think we hit 767. We hit up to 800 and something, and then we dropped back down to 790 for there. I think a couple of people, one of the streams dropped off in the system. That's okay. But we hit 879 right now, so that's good. We're sitting at about 879 people that are watching my pretty mug and everybody else's pretty mug right here. 879. Oh, I didn't do the resonation thing. I got to do that again. And brink and do that. There we go. 559 for Shogun Crypto. Tired Dad's in at 252. Big raise coming up, Tired Dad. Merv on Soul 43 and Trader Max at 21. Pretty soon, Mr. Quinton will have his people up there too. Hopefully one day.
Yeah, all my 24 followers.
All your 24 followers. Well, make sure you run over and follow Crypto Quinton. His name will be in the show over on our system as well. All right. So up next is the portion of the show we call the chill portion. And this is where we kind of have a conversation with all the panels. Now, normally it would just be the panels that would be up here. But because you guys have been, oops, I did add the stage. We're going to add just about everybody up here into the stage that's still here. I think I got everybody, right? Boop, boop, boop. Everybody's here.
Sir.
Good. So what I'm going to do is, normally we have like a distinctive conversation kind of thing here. But we've all had a little bit of understanding of what this portion is how does a coin create community or utility, I should say, and what that utility is. I want to give everybody a chance to kind of talk. I'm going to just go down the line here, and then we'll have some open format conversations about this stuff as well in the process. But let's start off with Rumi and from Merv. How do you feel that your community creates utility? Does it create utility?
Well, yeah, I mean, especially when it comes to meme coins in general, the community is what drives the attention economy, and that is the utility that a meme coin has, right? Without the community, the coin doesn't run. There's nothing behind it. I mean, otherwise it's just manipulation. So I would say that, that is how a community drives a token in general. If you look at all the popular coins, the coins that do well, the projects that do well, built a strong, loud community that made so much noise that you couldn't avoid it, right? So to me, that there is a utility within that. If you want to get into like technical utility, sure, you can add staking platforms and play to earn games and all these bells and whistles that make it more fun to be a part of it. But at the end of the day, people want to get in something that goes up, go up, they make profit. That is the general consensus in why a community drives a token. Does that make sense? Yeah, no, it certainly does. And we see that a lot. And so from what you said, the basis here is your base of your utility should be created by creating your community and strengthen your community. Yes. And that is kind of why right now our goal has been to build as much community as possible. And it's work. Building a community is hard. I mean, community is built from also, a lot of times it's trapping holders in, these tokens that get pumped and dumped, and then the community is built. And that's unfortunate. That's not how we aimed to move forward. We wanted to build organically from the get-go and not just like force people in and now they have to work for their bags. Like, we want you to work for your bags and get in now before we take off and invite the retail world into the token, which is the next step. I think somebody in my crew cheekily said they're golden handcuffs when that happens. Like you have the value that you want to stay here. You believe in the coin. And I think what happens is like a lot of people forget, in some cases that the coin is not the utility. The coin is a value of what has been done. Some say it's the stock price. I don't really agree with that one either. But there is a concept that I believe, like in Merv and everything else, that the utilities can be made. The values of, like you said, staking and single side staking. How can they make money? Why are they here? If you're here strictly for the community, then the utility has been met and it's strong. All right. So what about you, Riz? What do you think for Hedge and everything else? I mean, you have so much stuff happening there at Hedge. What do you think your main utility is, and what's the best one you have?
Yeah, I don't know. The utility conversation is always a tough one for me, right? Because we're not doing any technical utility, right? There's no like tangible thing that I get this and I get reward. I mean, we do like a lot of like community type rewarding things. So like on our Reddit, we do about $1,000 a month in rewards, and whoever gets the highest karma in the month, it's kind of like a distributed factor. So it's not like one person gets
competition.
It's competition type thing, right? And we do a lot of competitions. Like right now, we're running one of our community members run Shill games where you had all these various tasks you had to do every week, and then you progress through this leaderboard, and it was very successful, right? So he's running it again, and it's just a different variation of that. So in terms of providing rewards, like we're always looking to try and give back to community for like Reddit posts, for going out and raiding on X, for just engaging with us. We did some unlock the wallets type things where we'd like give out a
Right.
little riddle clue like every couple of days, and we would, you just guess the clue and then you just try and get into the wallet and try and unlock it and steal the money within the wallet, right? So just like fun ways to engage the community. I mean, on the utility
Sure.
side, I think if you're building something that's like utility that is like directly giving back from the token, that ought to be figured out in the tokenomics before you launch, right? And we didn't
Yeah.
launch that way, right? We launched as a very fair launch.
It's an add-on.
Right?
It's an add-on
Yeah.
for you guys. Yeah.
It's an add-on. So when we can find these things like with the Hedgens collection, right? Like we will try and do that. And if the money was raised initially, we can create a pot of money and then add it to that utility portion of the project, and then we can do it. But it's hard to find it. And I think ultimately, if you're striving for that utility, you ought to think about it before you launch the token versus after you launch the token down the road, right? Unless there's an opportunity that comes up for you to create some utility with your token. But for us, our primary thing is brand building. We just want to build a brand that people can understand and rationalize and be a part of.
Yeah, I think the trust in your brand too is because it leads into the story and the value of the story. And I think that being solidified is an important thing. Your utility is consistency for you, I think, and that network that it is. People are being able to go in and see a value and be a part of it, and know that anything that you do bring to the table becomes worthy of that huge market cap that you got going on right now, and will continue to drive.
Absolutely. I think you said it better than I did.
This is why we do these conversations, man. So it fuels my brain, and I can't stop thinking about this stuff. Next up, I think I want to bring out who else is up here? Bodhi from Toss the Turtle. Yours is a very good utility. Is that help the turtles and be a part of that process. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, not the turtle one. I do apologize.
You're good. Yeah, you want to talk about the K-Whiff?
Yes, please. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do apologize.
No I didn't want to steal the turtle
punch myself in
project.
the Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So
turtle with hat.
The team before us, right? I mean, when I was part of the community before, they had released an NFT project. We were very vague. They were very vague with the community about where proceeds and stuff were going. So I think the key to us right now, when you ask about utility, is we are heavily convicted in this narrative that exists for K-Whip, with the, we really believe as we transition through this, some of the stuff that the Trump administration's doing, they came out and called memes collectibles, right? And so I think we're sitting here on a piece of crypto history, right? First animal meme on Pump Fund, first meme that was created by Elon. And we're really trying to be good stewards of building the community around this coin. Because we think long-term here, there's a lot of value for holders that hold for that long-term value.
Yes, I agree. I also feel like what your utility really is the preservation of your historical value of your coin. And that's really important. It's because it has, it's like with any of the old ones, Doge and a network out there, and even having like Pump Fund referred to as a security system, it's like, really, come on, what the fuck is that?
No shit.
That's like saying the cockfight is the fucking UFC at the moment, right? So
no shit.
I don't see, in any of the governmental's viewpoints of who the fuck we are or what we have done or how things have built. It all comes down to that everything has a utility value. And I think that's, and I don't want to give away too much what I'm going to talk about in this process, but I definitely see yours as a historical piece of you're preserving that process, which is very important. So keep up the good work.
Appreciate it. Yeah. And I mean, some other coins, they had the Elon coin that he stepped into dev a bit, but didn't create the coin. I mean, it had a heck of a run. Now it retraced pretty heavily. But it ran up, 220 million. And so, yeah, we're really convicted here. I'm really happy, proud. I've built a lot of great relationships with the people that stuck around, since last October. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And what about you, JP? What's the utility you guys focus on? Do you have any, or do you feel like there's a continuance of what's being said with yours?
Yeah, our utility is mainly community and building the community. So our main thing is with gamifying and gamifying the token and growing the community in collaborations. I find that is what's going to grow our floor over time, and that's what's going to grow our market cap over time steadily, and increasing the volume that way. So I think as our token goals are currently where it sits, I plan to have people buy our token and like cross pollinate that way, and then just adding or buying our token and collaborating with other tokens and buying their tokens and like putting that as a way of a starting ground. And then 50% of that goes into marketing wallet, and 50% of that goes into the prize pool that I was talking about. And that 50% in the wallet actually sits in stables, and it's a liquidity pool to add into our token as we increase volume, which we're going to release the news afterwards on that. But and then we sell merch. So when you're doing the challenges, you're wearing our merch and you're making videos, and it's generating revenue for us.
Content build,
and then also,
content build, like it.
Yeah, exactly. And then that merch goes into marketing wallet again. And then the other thing is like, as you do the videos, you submit the videos to us, and it gets streamed out of all our platforms, TikTok, YouTube, and all that stuff. And that's going to add another revenue stream. So I run businesses in real life. So it's like, my main thing is like, where do we bring revenue in increments and allow that to compound and park it somewhere where it pumps, you know, a steady return on that. And then what that is going to do is then fund our crypto exchange listings. So as you can see, that it becomes self-sustaining and grow over time, and you're not hurting the chart as your marketing wallet is growing, because it's outside of the ecosystem. It's not planted within your chart that you have to draw from and crash the market on. And in any case, just like every company, right? If your token is valued a lot less than what you think the true value is, when people are selling off, you have the marketing wallet to buy back those shares. Just like every company that does that, you know. So, well, my team members say that the utility is me, but I don't know about that.
Well, I was just about to say is the utility is the strategy and the process of your real world business experience being able to be applied. Because what most people forget is, and I normally, during these times, I don't like screen sharing or showing anything else, but I'm going to show you this, right? And this is the value of overflow and cross connection and pollination within your own network. You know, the coins, we got coins go into a superstructure, and where everything goes and how everything lines up and what everything else touches. But what most people don't realize is that utility is also in the value of the plan. Right. And that's yours. That's your real power. Your superpower is your plan. Right. Like the way that you've connected with one thing leading to another and another is important to not only you, but the success of what you're building. And I think with each one of you, it sort of comes into that process. Like how does a coin create utility for themselves is define your plan. You know, begin leadership of that plan. Is always really important. I don't want to take too much time for everybody, but I want to also thank you so much, JP, for coming out here and sticking with us in this point. Stick with us for the alpha portion that'll be coming up here soon. Skylar and for Inside Dad, almost gave another coin away. With Tired Dad, how do you feel that the utility? Because I kind of have a sense what you guys are and doing. And we talked about it a little bit with the support group and things like that. What else do you guys see? And how do you guys create and live on that utility value of what Tired Dad is?
So our community is definitely our strongest utility. That's how we started off. And the more people that come in, we've actually had community members do giveaways. They've stepped up and have offered up things that of their own as a giveaway to the community once we hit different thresholds of market cap or whatever you may have you. But definitely our support group is definitely a big one that's going to grow, I feel like, very strongly. And that's going to add a lot of go back and forth between our crypto project and our support group. We do have we are in discussion of getting on I believe it is paw chain, so that way our holders can actually
cross connection
paw chain. It'll help us, our holders, to make money when they're holding. It's definitely going to encourage people to hold longer. I feel like that's we're still in discussions with them. It's not 100% yet, but that's going to make a big difference, I feel.
Yeah,
Our
the ease
merch,
of use and simplistic value is always important. Utility too, making
yeah,
it simple. They got to come in and count their fingers and toes. It's not going to work out so well.
no, and they can make that passive income in the background, and they don't have to worry about it. A lot of our holders right now, you can even see it in our Telegram chat. People aren't worried about looking at the chart 24/7 anymore.
No.
There's people that have gone days without looking at the chart because they know how strong our community is, and that right there is something that I don't know. I have never been in a project where I wasn't worried about what the chart looked like.
Yeah, and for a long time I same thing. It was like the value of, oh, we're at 960, we're at 1,000, we're at 1,000,000, we're whatever we are. In any other community I've ever been in, it's always been very tough. People not wanting to sleep on their bags and doing all that, and that value of security is another utility. For as far as I'm concerned, I might be overusing the word utility today, but it's there. I want people to remember that this is not just about, oh, I do this and I give you this because you have done this. And it's, money to value a product, because that's not just utility. Like, we have a very strong utility, which is our bots and our systems and our technical side of it. But that's who we are. That's who I am. I'm a builder. I'm a networker. But the utility for me is the people here in the process. So, all right.
We do actually run your Anvil bot, and and we've been running it for a little while now.
Yeah.
And I think that we're seeing it.
Yeah, when Mac first fired it off, he wrote me that night, and he was in bed. He was like, "Hey, look, it's run down on Sol, and it went kind of fast." I was like, "Yeah, but look how much of tired you have." And he goes, "Oh wait, I only put 3 Sol in this, and it was sitting at 1,800." So he had made money on. Now I'm pretty sure it's dropped down a little here and there.
Yeah, and it goes right back into our marketing wallet.
Exactly.
It helps us out, tremendously.
And I think that's the utility, is knowing what works and what doesn't work and how it works and when to use it. Like, I told somebody the other day, they wrote and they're like, "Hey, we want to use your Tsunami bot. We want to throw a bunch of money at it. I got 4 Sol to put into it." I was like, "Oh, that's great. What else you got going on?" He goes, "Absolutely nothing. We just want to move the chart." I was like, "It doesn't do that." So it's knowing your tools. Even though I could have said, "Oh yeah, go ahead and buy it and see what happens," I'll never see him again, right? So it's knowing the value of what you have as a utility as well, on how you can deliver that to people. Could we be stronger in our community? Absolutely. Could be stronger in the people for the holding system and our rev share network and all that stuff? Absolutely. But there is a lot there. Thank you for contributing to the communication here. I appreciate you today, and especially in this. I'm going to bring up next somebody who is waiting patiently for me to call on him, because I know he has a lot to say about this. He's been thinking diligently on this whole entire topic. Mr. Quinton, what is your value, what you look at on how does a coin create community?
I even from the start, when we're in the before show room and you're telling me, I was like, oh my God, I love this, because it's such a pivotal point. Because first coming into meme coins, I was introduced by you mainly, but I've heard about it ever since Pepe got room inside of my school. And the main question was, why would anyone buy something like that? That doesn't have like anything to come from it. And getting introduced to it and learning more about it, I think I want to make the connection to Pokemon cards. There's a whole ecosystem of Pokemon cards. And someone said it before that is really interesting that the Trump coin brought it up, but they're collectibles. The meme coins process are collectibles, and if you go into it with that perspective, I think you're so much better off, because you have a better direction. Because if you just go to it and you don't really know, like, why people going in, why you're giving it to them, or if you just have like a general like vague I don't want to say shill, but like just a vague statement for it. It sort of brings confusion. But if you bring it into a collectible idea and like, this is what you're there for, that's important. But then if you have what I think the word utility more means for is the actual practical aspect of your coin in your community. And of course, there's services, there's direct use, but I think no matter what you have, like if you have a value of, oh, I want my coin to be worth something in a practical sense, go towards that. And if you're not, understand that it's a collectible and play in towards that. So it's like either way, in whichever partition you're on of that wall, own to it and push it fully.
Good points. Good points. I think there is something to not only understanding that the value of utility and what it is like, because every coin I feel has a strong ability to make a utility. And I alluded to it earlier, is to find a base, find a plan, make the plan work. Right? Consistency is in the value. Like it's not just one thing does utility make, right? It is a multitude of things that happen. That value that you have as a community, what you do with the information, how you pull your people together, what the coin actually represents. There's no one way to do it. There's so many different ways to do the value. One thing I have learned in everything that we're building, when we get into the alpha portion of this, and I'm going to be talking about the launch pad and the system, what the launch pad represents, is the value of that plan. And if any one coin can create a utility, it would be make a plan to do so. And I think, Riz was saying it earlier about having the plan. It was never planned like that. Always do it in the front, which is a pretty smart way to do it. But we have a lot of good stuff happening. We're really close to 1,000 people. We're kind of slowing down a little bit, getting about 2/3 of the way through the show. We're about to get into the alpha portion of what we're about to do. But I'm Trader Max, and this is the Shogun Gun Show, and we are in our system here right now. We have about 988 people on board the show right now, watching our pretty little faces. We almost hit 1,000, and we dropped back down to 975, and now we're back up to 988. Shogun Crypto 613, Tired Dad's at 303. I love that number. Merv on Soul 44, and Mr. Trader Max at 23. But we're going to get next into the alpha portion of the show. And where I normally would just have panelists up here, I think I'm going to leave everybody else up here because I want to say thank you for everybody contributing to that process here in the show. So I'm going to keep all the coins up here, and this is going to end our one process of our chill portion and go straight into alpha. Now, remember the rule is an alpha can only be something that's releasing in the next 2 weeks. I don't care if it's 2 weeks and 1 day. I just want to see anything within 2 weeks, because what we try to do is keep it to the value of that 2 weeks, because we want people to come and front run your chart. That's right. You want people to run your chart? This is how you do it. Don't sell them sizzle, sell them steak, and give them an opportunity to stake in your, that was a bad pun, but stake into your claim of your coin or your community at that point. All right, we're going to do this in the opposite from before. We're going to let Skylar go first with Tired Dad and come out and tell us what you got going on.
Alrighty, so hopefully next week. So we've partnered with Prevail for merch, and we are set. I think next week is when that launches. We've been going back and forth with them. We've already gotten some examples. And it's looking pretty good. And all of those proceeds are going back into our marketing wallet. So that's going to help us dramatically. I mean, it's going to help us a lot with our marketing piece. Right now, we are solely based off. Obviously, we use the bot, the Anvil bot, and but mostly our marketing wallet is coming from our community, as everybody's pitching in for across Facebook and Telegram and everywhere else.
Oh, wow.
But this merch is going to help us a lot. People get to represent us, out in the public, going on lives and everything else. It's going to hit us a lot. So I think we're doing pretty good with that. We started our support group. So that's going to go hand in hand with our merch. It's not going to be tied to just our crypto project, but in general, to the dads community out there. And that's going to help a lot.
I think it will. I think it will, especially because you're tying it into something that's pretty powerful too. And having a support group means that there's a need for to talk about the concept of tired dads, and I see that as a possibility. you'll probably see me in there, because I'm a tired dad, but I'm also not tired from being a dad. That's the other thing. So
No, it's not just about being tired of being a dad. It's tired of all of the things that you have to do to maintain that dad status.
absolutely, I was just saying that to
You
my
you,
son. I love
you
being a tired dad.
yeah. You can it takes a lot, there's a lot of, unfortunately my dad is not that great.
Oh
Um
no, I'm sorry to hear that.
and we've had a falling out a few years ago, but there's a lot that it takes to be a great dad or a great father, and it shows a lot that there's a lot of people out here that are actually trying to do their best, and that's what they're tired. They're
Yeah.
tired because they're going above and beyond for their kids. They're going above and beyond for their family, and that's what it's about.
Well, in those areas, I was telling somebody the other day, I have a few adopted children that I
Hmm.
love dearly, right? And because I value who they are and what they represent to me, and in my life, so I'm very lucky. So, and I'm lucky that you came on board and you're here representing Tired Dad. Great job today. I appreciate you being here.
I'm glad to be here.
Make sure you stick with us because we'll have some backstage stuff happening too right after this. Who did we lose, Mr. Quinton? Did we lose somebody in there? Is that Rummy? No, Rummy's here.
Ooh, I'm not quite sure.
I don't know who guest is, but I gotta.
Yeah, I tried reaching out to him in the private chat. Didn't get anything back yet.
All right. Well, that happens then. I don't know where they got the thing yet, but it's all good. All right. Skylar, I'm going to mute your mic.
I would like to.
Yeah,
I
go
would
ahead.
like to add just one thing.
Sure.
If anybody is in our Telegram, we are also starting to do daily voice chats just to bring the community more together. And it's not just about the crypto project. We have, we conversations regarding just life, and it strengthens our community a lot. And if anybody would like to be a part of that, you don't have to invest in our project, but we would love to have you. This is about life. This is not about just money.
Conversation is a currency. Love it. Thanks, buddy.
Love that phrase. Conversation is a currency. I take that.
I just made it up right now. I'm going to put it over here. Every single show, I'm coming up with some good stuff. Conversation of the currency. Boy, I'm so vain. It's not even funny. All right. So next up, I forget what order it was in. I guess Cat with Hat. Come on out next. What do you got going on? Anything good?
Yes, I mean, really for us, we're still working on this takeover. So we're trying to reach out to the previous team where we can get responses and just try to get the keys to everything. So that's been our big focus, because as we bring in new people, we don't want them seeing old material, especially the NFT project. I think that's one of our biggest worries is we don't want people investing into the NFTs that are supposedly associated with us if we don't know where the funds are going. So the key to us is cleaning that up for our community.
Cleanup is always good. That's great alpha. Why? Because it always has the availability that once it's cleaned up and you announce that, make sure you get your butt back here with your cat with your hat.
Yeah,
and you let
we
us
can
know
do that.
Show it everything, right? Because I definitely want to see that, right? Like, I believe that progression is powerful for let people know that you have the persistence to keep moving forward and keep having everything at your disposal now. That you, as a CTO takeover, let's go. It's a community takeover, but really, it's a cat takeover, right? Get in there and get all that stuff you need. Get back here, and we'll start showing everybody and get that chart moving.
Can do it. Appreciate it. Thank you guys again.
Thank you. Riz, I guess you're up next. What do you got coming up here for Hedge? I know you had a lot of stuff in.
Yeah. I was just kind of like mulling over in my mind. I know we kind of re-coordinated our marketing plans based on what happened in the market, but curious, anyone in here ever heard of Drip Haws? No. Drip's a wonderful app community, whatever, for artists to create on the blockchain, and they mint NFTs, and you're able to go on their leaderboards and raid their leaderboards, give them droplets, and they're basically able to fund their passion, right? And we were introduced to Drip by a new member, or not a new member, but a member of the community who eventually kind of just elevated, and he kind of runs our Drip for us. And basically, about a couple of weeks ago, Drip made an investment in our token, a public investment in our token. They had previously said a few weeks back that they made an announcement out to the community and said, hey, if you're a meme coin, right, that is looking, you know what I mean, to get more involved in drip and support our artists, we will support you, right? So we've been actively working over there, rating leaderboards, just giving back to that community. I mean, at the end of the day, meme coins are art, right? You need art, you need artists, you need designers and stuff like that. And there's a whole community of artists out there on the blockchain who understand your brand, right? And as for reference, they're a very active community on X. I mean, I've been more active on X. I think I had 60 followers before I started with Drip, and I'm up to like almost 400 followers because there is a very strong community in Drip out there on X, and it's great to be a part of. So
could you do me a huge favor in the private chat? Could you put links to that for me? I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just drip.haz, but I'll drop it in there for sure. Really great community over there. And we just had a lot of artists that have just been jumping up and creating custom hedge art, and we've been, you know, buying them, minting them, supporting them, and it's great for us. It's great for our ecosystem. I think you'll notice that my picture is not one of our Hedgens NFTs. It's something that a Drip Haz artist just started to do on their own, and it's something that we'll be releasing in the coming weeks. And it'll be very minimal release. It'll be very small, but a few select people who are lucky and quick enough might be able to get one of these profile pictures. I'll put it that way.
That's nice. I like it.
But dude, check out Drip Haz because they're an amazing community, and it's, you know, it's. I just bought some physical art from an artist out in Turkey who I've been supporting, and you know, it's pretty cool to have some physical art and also, you know, support these artists doing what they're doing.
Absolutely, great alpha. Appreciate it. We're gonna definitely look deep into it because we have a lot of artists and designers in our crew as well, and I love that. Thanks, Chris, for being here. Thanks for helping filling out a little gap and everybody being here. Rami from Merv the Cat, buddy. What do you got for
sir. Yes, sir. Well, first and foremost, Bodhi, I just want to tell you to reach out to me because I think I know the team, the previous CTO team on KWIF. I played around with that for an early on. I think there was a guy that was promoting it a while back, but we can have a private conversation around that because I think I know some of the people behind it.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Maybe I can connect you. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man.
DM me and I'll give you my phone number. I'm doxxed. I'm a real person, so I'm not really.
You're real?
Yes, I'm real. Look, here I am. My hair got worse.
It got worse.
Windy outside. It's insane. I didn't even go outside.
I think your fucking hair grew. I don't know. It's just like it's good.
I was taking a Rogaine as we were sitting here. Just
yeah, good to have it. Good to have you.
But yeah, so the alpha for Merv. I mean, I kind of hinted at it before, but we did an interview with a prominent news source. And, you know, they didn't give me an exact release date, but it's going to coordinate with Chad, the owner of Merv. We're going to be doing a special post on his TikTok. And on his TikTok, he has over like 1.5 million followers, and on his Instagram. So we've been kind of slowly kind of putting it out there using that platform. But now that retail is active and looking for stuff that they like, we're going to be a little bit more aggressive on attracting them. We're not telling people to buy, but we're going to show them that we're here. But what we're doing is we're donating to animal shelters that have been screwed over by the fires. And by screwed over, I just mean like they've been inundated with animals that have been fleeing from the fires, that have been stranded from their homes. Right. And so we've been raising funds to give back to the community, essentially. And so we're going to use the TikTok platform to document it, and the news channel that we are working with, and it's specifically their crypto department, is going to highlight that. So I can't say who it is, and I can't say when it's exactly going to happen. It should be within the next 2 weeks and a day. I maybe a little. I can't. It's not up to me, but it is bullish because it's literally going to gain national exposure. So yeah, we're really excited about that. That's the big alpha there. So if you want an opportunity to front run, get a little. Don't buy up the chart and then dump it on everybody though, because I don't even want you in there. This is all a Mervment. So we want to grow organically and really get that big exposure to the point where we see 10+ million coming in the near future. Even if like 1% of 2 million followers buys $50 worth, that's going to be significant. So just think about that and how we're actually going to be activating that exposure in the near future. That's awesome. That's the Mealpha.
as it gets closer, you make sure that we coordinate some times to come in and we do a special show. I do need to get lights in here, Mr. Quinton. We're going to have to go get the studio lights from the studio. I think everybody, they get this idea that the alpha is all about, I say 2 weeks, right? It could be whenever, but it's like it has to be real though, right? Like, it's like, these are things that we're doing and we're working on. Is it exactly 2 weeks? Not so much, but I do appreciate you coming out and let us know. I can't wait to see what that is and the interview and everything else. And I got to meet Merv one day. We got to go see Merv live in action.
Yeah, you know what? Well, let's bring Chad on here. He loves coming on to these things, and he's done some spaces with us, and he's the owner of Merv, so I mean, he's really the star of the show. I'm just the voice of the project, but he's fun. He's a fun time, and he's an actor, so he'll make it a fun time for us.
Absolutely. We're doing. You're part of the Cat Collective, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have because with Dreamcat, it was donated by Bubblegum. It was like a big thing. It was a beautiful thing that he had done. He bought a specialty show that we're going to announce and sort of get stuff ready. I don't know if the team's actually got the exact dates yet. I think it's on a Saturday or a Sunday or something, or even a Wednesday. It might even be, I don't know, maybe a Wednesday at 7 o'clock. But it's a pretty big thing. We're going to be inviting cat coins to it. There's a big list of people that'll be there. So I'm invited because my little guy is for my avatar is, let's see if I just go stop sharing cam, is that dude, because it's the Panther, right? So
so you're a cat man.
Fuck yeah, I'm a cat man, because I've had that Panther since I was 17. That's a lot of fucking years, by the way. But everything's Panther. So yes, I'm a cat dude. My wife and I have 3 cats and 2 children and a dog. So I don't know if I'm there. You go.
Hey,
you ain't got the cat.
Aww.
Yeah. So another cat guy, tired dad cat. It is.
I'm a tired dad too, by the way, so I'm gonna get in touch with tired dads.
Please do infect it all, because you know what, we have so much opportunity to chuck a hat on that cat too, and we'll cross pollinate right now. We have a black one as well. All right. Well, Romney, thank you so much. Thanks for the appreciation of cats and love and everything else you bring to the table, and that wild ass hair of yours I absolutely love. Thank you so much for being here today.
It's almost as long as my beard now.
When it becomes the same. Like, I had to shave. I went upstairs and I went to go shave. I was going to trim it under here, and I went, I was like, gosh, shit. Now I got to trim it all back down. But either way, I'm going to jump in and we're going to do a quick alpha, and I'm going to share this out there because this is, when we first, and I was doing my show, you've seen exactly how much we have built. And building this stuff is not easy because it takes time, it takes energy, it takes money, it takes communications between departments and networks. We spent so much time building out the Anvil bot and our Shogunux platform. Our Shogunux platform is a value of like a DEX screener, if you will. I am going to show a little bit of that. I don't want anybody to get culture shock here with the process because it looks very close to the whole thing over at DEX, but it was to get all the components in the running order of that process. And that's what I was mostly applying to. Let me bring up the screen here. And this is as we deal with trading view charts and timing and servers and everything else. But this is a system that is launching out here in about a week, that you as a coin can come. I'm going to, it's by invitation only. We're only going to bring in coins that we work with and we trust. But this little engine right over here is going to be your best friend for your community. It does charge 1%, but what that does is that we split that fee with you, and certain coins with certain levels will get certain prices, and I'll be able to augment what that will be. But it'll be more than 20%, right? So we'll split the fees as these things come over, and we have ways to bundle things together and do a lot of stuff in here and give you a good community to be a part of. We don't charge you for any of putting your website up. We don't charge you for any of this stuff. Plus, when you do this, you also get access to our Anvil bot as well. So when you push numbers through here, it takes it off the cost of your Anvil bot as well. So, and those things will be also true within all of our services and systems. They'll all be sideways communicating. But the real alpha, the real big news is our Launchpad. Now, our Launchpad is not just a regular Launchpad. This isn't something that you can just going to come and you can run any coin on. the reason why we fired this first part, we are making a launch pad. We do have a launch pad, but again, I'm not selling sizzle. That's in Q2 for this year. But what we're launching is this. And when I first started in this industry, coming into the world of right and honor, we own the dojo. We have a whole creed that we follow, to do no harm. You know, a little Hippocratic oath, if you will. The concept here for this particular one is it's like if Pink Sale and Pump Fund, I can't even say it had a baby, but Pink Sale, if we took Pink Sale and were able to launch onto Pump Fund, right? So we made a fair sale system that you can go in and buy into a program for somebody who's launching a new coin, and you'll all get the same, like a fair sale works. You know, they have that. If I go spend a soul, I get the same amount as somebody who's buying a soul right next to me. There's no PvP. There's no nothing there. But we made this so it latches on to the Pump Fund network, which means as soon as you meet your goal over here on Shogunix, you push the button and it goes and fires off on the launch pad or the system for Pump Fund. And why we made this was because we wanted people still to use the virility of Pump Fund, because it does have a good value to it on that part of it, but without all the rug. Like when you launch into this system, you are unable to rug the actual coin. You can't pull, as the dev goes, and the dev can only pull out what he put in. Everybody else will keep their money in, and they can't pull out for the first 30 minutes. If they do pull out after the first 30 minutes to the first hour, there's a certain fee, and that's the fees all covered in here. And where does this fee go? It goes back into the process to help those and build out the servers and systems for anybody who's launching a coin. And it goes back into our network. So the reason why I'm telling you about this alpha, because most of all of you that are either in the panel won't really benefit from this. But as you hear about new coins or somebody who's looking to launch a coin, please send them our way. Because not only are you going to be able to help them launch a fair sale system right on the pump. Now, you're probably wondering, how did this work out? Were you ever, how do you know it works? Did it ever get radium? Yes, we tested out every sort of process all the way up to getting to radium. And the one thing that we were unsure of was how to, what it would do once it got to radium, or once it got onto Pump Fund, if it could go to radium. And so we launched a coin called the Shogun coin, which is our silver coin. Now, naively, we launched that coin and something happened. We hit radium in 13 seconds. Oh, sorry, 38 seconds we hit radium. And it was filled with sniper bots and nasty bit of business and a lot of stuff. We gathered so much information, so much data that 18,000 people went onto the live stream. When I say consecutively went onto the live stream. Because we pushed everything to our main Twitter account, which was pretty naive on my part, right? Because I didn't know what I didn't know until we knew it. And it caused a lot of backlash. Now, that coin is a real coin. It lives in our world, and we use it as a commerce coin. There's another utility that we do that you can pay with services with our silver coin called Shogun, and it's double worth the value in USD. So if you buy $10 worth of USD, it's worth $20 of services over on our system. So keep that in mind if you're using it. It's a great utility, and you can check out our website and find it right on there. But this network of this product is launching as I'm building out the learning hub and all the support systems that go with this. There's a lot still to gather in. And here is, I think if I do it right, connected, boom, connect. There is the Shogun coin that fired off. It hit in 38 seconds. It still has holder status over on GMGN. That not a single coin has been spent out of 30. So it was like 422 million coin has not moved from that point. And that's very difficult to buy. We used 30 Sol to buy this under 2 major wallets to test everything out. And that's exactly what we did. So when we launch these coins here coming this week, we have 2 coins that will be launching. We're going to put a lot of information out. You're able to come in and buy. There's going to be an alpha group. There's a lot of stuff there for that as well. So there is a lot. There's a lot to consider. There's a lot to value in everything that we're doing over at Shogun to keep everything rightful and honorful in the process, and be transparent. That's the biggest thing. I want to say thanks to everybody that's here today. I'm going to go down the list, give everybody a chance to say goodbye or say any last bit that they want to say out to the world and what they want the world to know. Let's start out with Cat with Hat.
Yeah, hey, just truly appreciate you guys bringing us on the show today. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this. So thanks for the easy crowd. And yeah, we'll be back. Come check us out. Check out our main X page and join and follow us. So
absolutely, we'll definitely be doing that. We'll be getting involved with Cat with Hat with a lot of stuff. Bring some great stuff to you as well.
Sure. Thanks. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem. By the way, for the first time, you did fucking wonderful. Great job.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Riz, you got anything you want to say finally at the last part here to people listening?
Yeah, hopefully, you know what I mean, all the markets are ready to turn and we can all start to see some success here. I know everyone's out there grinding, and you know, I think those moments you have when you're down and you're low and all you want to do is quit, you know, ultimately those highs will be worth it when they come.
Absolutely. I think that the statement of that whatever way the river is bending, you know how to swim. And that's where we're at right now. We are swimming. It's still good, right? The water is flowing. It's not completely dry. If it was dropping down to like 110, I'd be a little worried, but you know, you're right. The markets are hurt, but they're coming back and they're making a good deal. Thanks a lot for being here today, Riz. I know it takes a lot of time out of your day and I appreciate you.
And not a problem. Happy to be up here.
We also got Rummy from Merv the Cut.
Yes, sir. Look, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it now and again. Cat season is not just coming. Cat season is here.
It's dog season.
And it's always cat season. But, you know, I think it's really important as there's a daily coin that pumps and dumps and it's being manipulated by cabals and all these, you know, people, that if you take kind of the approach that GameStop had, where it's, you know, power to the people fighting against the machine, get into projects you can believe in that are, you know, still that have a pulse, that are down there on the floor, that are working and grinding every day, because those are the ones that are going to rise to the top when the time comes, when the retail comes in. They're looking for those projects that haven't already done the 1000x, right? They're looking for those. So this is the time to start picking your winners and start looking for these projects that are showing up every day, and the community is getting louder and louder. And, you know, those are the ones that are going to succeed in the long run. Yes, you can go be a, you know, volume chaser and make a quick buck, but you're most likely going to get wrecked because they're going to drop you before you can drop out, right? Like that's it, the house always wins in that regard in the Solana casino. So
the technology is too strong nowadays with sniper bots and trading bots and everything else. It's way too strong. You know, you try to think you're going to get on a rise and you're going to get anything.
Yeah, exactly. And the insiders are always going to, you know what's up before you do. But if you're with a project where you have people that are being completely transparent about what the game, I mean, of course it's a free market, but if you have people that are being honest about what their goal is and their ambition is, and they're showing up every day, I would invest in people, right?
Yeah.
That's my jam. Like everyone on this panel are people that I would invest in because there's genuine transparency and humanity there. It's not just someone hiding behind a bot and creating FOMO. I mean, we should all be creating FOMO, but you know what I mean.
Well, every coin on here but Cat with Hat, which will probably stop today and buy a little tiny bag, goes into our portfolio. I have every single person that's come up here except for Cat with Hat. So because I haven't had a chance to meet and go through that process with them yet. Even with like Lotto and Toss and all those guys, I will be as well. But they all sit in our portfolio for Shogun.
I'm going to give K-With a shout out because it's Kitten with Hat, right?
Kitten with Hat. Oh my God, I did
Most importantly. And
oh boy, I'm so
there we go.
You got to know it's the kitten. Kitten season is coming.
Kitten with Hat. I apologize. I was doing it. I thought it was like Cat with a K. Let's do it. It's okay. Good. That's another coin, but we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Cheers, guys. Yeah, and thank you for having me up.
Hey, not a problem. Mr. Quentin, what do you got for a final save?
You know,
wait. I didn't do Skylar, did I? No, I didn't. Mr. Skylar, go ahead, bud. No, we have an order, so go ahead. You got anything you want to throw in there lastly?
Yeah, I just I wanted to say that everybody up here has some really good community-driven projects happening, and I think that we're all going to see some really good progress here coming in the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely. I think the progress we've seen with Tired Dad, and a lot of other things that we have, it transcends the market value, right? Because it's when you get these communities together that make this long-term impression on people, that's the real value. You know, the coin will come and go, you know,
Yeah.
relaunches, CTOs, all that stuff. But the community, man, I look for
I
real powerful communities. So this is
I
one of them.
would say if somebody were to ask me what the value of our community is, I wouldn't be able to put a number on it.
I hope not.
I would say that our
Yeah.
community is so strong that no matter what project we're on, if it's this one or the next one or the one after that, we're gonna come in strong, and it's just gonna continue to grow.
It's good to hear, Skylar. I appreciate you being out here. This is the first time you've been in our system here. I'm glad you had a good time. I hope to see you back. And
Yeah, I
I'll look
wasn't
forward to
actually
seeing you.
planning. I didn't know I was going to be here today until late last night. I
Yeah.
was actually, I got a phone call from my boss saying that today was our first slow day in the last year and a half, and so I was actually able to stay home from work today. So
Oh, cool.
I was like filled out that form late last night, and I'm like,
You're
all
like, I'm
right, we're
doing
gonna
it.
do this. So
That's
it's
sweet.
good. It's good. I'm glad I came, and I'm gonna
Thanks,
try to
bud.
make some other ones.
Good. You're always welcome. Mr. Quinton, what do you got for us for the final? Quinton, what do we call you? The Quintonomics. There you go.
Dude, I love this space so much. I love
Yeah,
the
yeah.
people inside of it. If you're here and you're watching us, no matter who you're from, and you want to come up here, shill your project, show off, all these different types of things, you got a couple ways to do it. You go on to shoguncrypto.com, you go up to spaces, you can fill out a form there, and we'll get you set up there. As you can see right here, shoguncrypto.com, spaces. There's 3 different positions. You can learn about all of them there. You can learn about your options. You fill out a form. We'll come to you. We'll see you. And we'll get you set up. We'll talk to you everything through it. Or you can come on to our main TG, Shogun Crypto. And you can also get there through our website all the way down the bottom right there. And then from there, we'll get you figured out. You come in, say, hey, I love what you guys do. Come on to Shogun Crypto GunSho, and we'll figure out, we'll get you into the nearest time slot. I think the main thing that I got to say now is that our outreach team is kicking it out of the park.
Yes.
We are now getting up to a point where we're getting filled up on shows all like up to a week
before,
in
yeah.
advance. So like this is some crazy stuff. You want to come in as soon as possible, because if not, it's going to be tough to get you in within the future. I love the space. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, my team, for working as hard as you do. And that's all I got to say.
Great. Well, great job today, kid. You did wonderful. As a final station identification, you've been watching the Shogun Gun Show, and we hit 1,110 people. I love that number. I'm going to be using that out there. Thanks a lot for everybody for being here today. As a final thought for everybody today, our network, our company, our coin, our community, our utility, everything comes down to one thing. And that is being real, being honest, being transparent, and doing your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's going to be a lot of shit that goes wrong. But remember, you're not a sum of what happens to you. You're a sum of the things that happen to you and what you do from what happens to you. So keep that in mind. As you do the right thing, if bad things are happening, just keep doing the right thing in your world, and nobody can fault you for that process. In this network that we're building out there, we're trying to change the industry by changing the people that come into it, by giving these spaces available to everybody. I'm going to show everybody's face. It's rude for me to just be up there by myself. But the concept here is for all of you beautiful people to come up and share, because when you could tell who's good and who's not so good, who's in there to chill, to line their pockets, and who are there to help and not hinder. I want to thank everybody for being here today. We appreciate all of you. And as we say out there, for all those haters and gators out there that try to step on us and take advantage of us, the best revenge, my friends, is living well. So I'm Trader Max. This has been the Shogun Gun Show. Get out there, have fun. I look forward to seeing you inside. And as always, live well. We'll see you next time.